Hey everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to What Jesus Says About, where Jesus speaks for himself so you can respond for yourself. And I am so excited because in our last video we had some cameras rolling while non-Christians and Christians reacted to what Jesus says about heaven, and to date it's our most viewed video on our channel. So thank you so much for watching. But any honest conversation about what Jesus says about the afterlife doesn't just include heaven, it also includes this idea of hell. And so, once again, we had the cameras rolling while non-Christians and Christians reacted to what Jesus says about hell. Take a look. Any honest reading of Jesus' teaching on the afterlife also include this idea of hell. Just in one of his teachings, he says, "I tell you, my friends, do not be afraid of those who kill the body and afterwards can do no more. But I'll show you whom you should fear. Fear him who, after your body has been killed, has authority to throw you into hell." Do you believe that there is a hell?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Reluctantly, struggle with it, don't like it, yes.
No.
I have no opinion.
Nope.
No hell.
No.
I mean, I feel like I have to believe that there's a hell if there's a heaven, but I don't want there to be.
Why? Why do you say that?
It's a struggle emotionally, mentally, spiritually, at all levels to deal with the word hell.
I guess it just puts like the people who have killed, the shooting in Germany that just happened. Like, I don't want them to go to hell, but like I hope they change their ways. But like, they need to be punished almost.
I trust him that he's a good God and that he will accomplish justice, which is just as important as being loving.
He also has a right to create a world where there are beautiful things like justice. And justice is a beautiful thing until I lay it upon myself.
I like that a lot because that comes from an assumption of there's this like idea of justice and fairness, right? Where good people who do good end up in a good place and people who do bad end up in a bad place. I really like that assumption because it makes things easier to kind of, to be able to say that there's a heaven, there's a hell. These are for good people and bad people, right? But so for me personally, I don't think that's true. I don't think good people always end up in good places. I don't think bad people, right? And so for me, on a practical level, hell doesn't do anything.
In my head is like, isn't there another way? Isn't there another way to accomplish your goal instead of this place?
I think the idea of hell is misguided. And I think the idea, I mean,
So Jesus is misguided?
I mean,
No, that's fine. I just
like, I'm not, if he was here and we were talking about this, I'd be like, man, I don't agree with you. Because I think it's like, for me, it's like the idea of punishment. What is it for? What are we trying to accomplish? And from what I know of hell, my probably naive understanding is like, it is just eternal. And I just don't get that. Like for me, punishment is about rehabilitation. And this seems so black and white and lacking of the idea of what punishment is for, that I would just go, man, I think we need to like, I would push back a little bit.
Where do you think it comes from that unless it's fair, it can't be true? Aren't those two separate questions, whether it's true or not, and whether it's fair or not?
In terms of fairness, yeah, I also don't agree with that, but I also feel like there are plenty of things that are true that aren't fair. So with that logic, I mean, I feel like
There are plenty of things that are true that aren't fair.
I agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, generally, I think the statement's true, but I don't think it applies in the special context of hell.
What struck me in this is that he has the authority. Like, it's the authority piece.
Interesting.
Like, I went right there. I didn't even get to the hell part. It was just, who is he and who am I?
Man, that was a powerful conversation. I gotta say, I am the guy who, this is my channel. I like talking about Jesus. And sitting at that table, I can tell you that I learned and I gained new perspective by just listening to others. And I hope that's your experience here at this channel as well. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. I'd love to see your reactions and your comments, so make sure you leave them below. And if you missed the previous video where we had people reacting to what Jesus says about heaven, you can take a look over here on our playlist. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.